Hello everybody! My name is Chris and you're watching the Crazy Chris channel. And today we are painting the aliens from the movie in stage 2 to 4. The SpeedThrough Guide from stage 1 is already up and here's the link. We start with a Record Flash base skin tone. I watered the Record Flash a little bit down to make it thin, to get it all in the crevices and recesses. I'm not totally covering the whole model. I just looked at the box art, and where's the really hard blue tones, I left the Record Flash, also I left the base tone, basically. So I did this not for every model, but I would suggest you leave the areas will shine blue, and the warm tone you leave it a little bit free, like here in the fourth stage. Next is a palette witch flash. There will be a dry brush. I'm using this cheap makeup brush, and I will work it into the bristles and then check on my thumb if it's okay with the tone, get rid of some of the paints, and yeah, you have to try and have to check. Just give it a gentle dry brush. And it looks like this. Next up, we are going in with some Raglan Flash, and here's the same thing, always trying to make a thin, smooth coverage, that it's not pooling too much in the recesses, that you got enough playability with all the colors. Here we go for the third stage, and you see with a brush I'm kind of stippling on the flash tone. So next I go in with some Drakenhof Nightshade. At this stage it's getting a little bit weird and back and forth with all the colors. Well, next I will go back with Raglan Flash shade to blend in. I try always to work and make the transitions while the paints are still wet. Here I take some Carroburg Crimson, some Volupus Pink, and then I go in here with some Volupus Pink and Drakenhof Nightshade, mixing them both together on the model. Then Blood Angels Red, some water, stippling motion, Drakenhof Nightshade. So you see it's always a back and forth while blending all the colors together and creating a cool variety of the skin tone, of the ugliness of this thing. Here's some Raglan Flash, stippling motion with water on the hands, and it's all going back and forth. Just always check if you love the transitions. If not, some more Drakenhof to make the blue a little bit more punchy, and then it wasn't dark enough for me, so I put some ultramarine blue on the base, always trying to fade it in with the water here with the Blood Angels Red, and the different colors with the stippling motion and water to get all this crazy and weird alien thing, to making the justice that it's really horrifying when you put it on the table. And you see, always working with the stippling motion, taking some water to thin down all the different colors, and then they can fluidly mix a little bit together. Here with some Juju Island, Volupus Pink under the arm, and always try to make it a little bit more wet than you're used to, because you can always go back and forth and mixing in the colors, and always try to make the transitions through the colors really soft, and it's working best when you're always making it in a wet stage. And then it looks something like this, and here I'm reinforcing the red tones to make it a little bit more gross, and going back with some Raglan flash. You see, there's not really a definite plan, so you have to be very experimental on this kind of painting, crazy painting technique. Here I took some basilicanum gray for the hairs, for the mouth, the eyes, all the insides, that we can make it a little bit more punchy, then you can recognize the face at all. And it looks like this. Then I take some record flash to bring back the skin tone. So we just painted the eyes and the mouth, and then we just bring back a little bit the skin tone. For the teeth, we take a palette witch flash and dotting some pupils on the eyes, that it's got a staring look. And then it looks like this. Here we go. Next, I took some ultramarine blue and thinned it down a little bit to darken down the blue tones more. Then I realized, because the Drakenhof Nightshade wasn't blue enough for me, so you see I just put some on the base and then watered down the contrast paint and faded in as much as I can. And I also reinforced the hands, that they also got a little bit more blue. And you see I'm always dipping in with some water to make the transitions nice. And here we start with really thinned down Blood Angels Red for the face, and reinforcing with some Blood Angels Red the different veins and guts, so that we got here a little bit more contrast in the reds. Also the spine, I added more red, and you know, it's always a little bit back and forth. So some more Margot's purple in the shadows. For the teeth, I used some Raglan flash to tone it down, and then it looks like this. The last step is the gloss varnish. This is not only for protection. I used the gloss varnish because this flashy thing looks a little bit more gross when it's wet and shiny. So after that it looks like this. Oh, here I forgot the claws. So going back to palette witch flash, and after a thin coat, Raglan flash shade to tone it down. And then we got the final result. Last thing to do, paint the base black. At the end of the video, there's a list with all the paints I used in this video. And if you like it, give a thumb up, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Thank you, and see you soon.